Hi, I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls since I was a child, and I never outgrew it. So, when I discovered Reborn dolls, my collection started to grow. There's Haley, Landon, Avery, Chloe, Shiloh, Grace, Jamie, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, and Ava. Along with collecting, I've been a Reborn artist since 2008. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Alright guys, so this is going to be Landon's story, and I don't think it'll be too long of a story. But I will start by giving you his background, and then I will do like a details video of him, followed by a little slideshow of some pictures. So, Landon, who is named Landon Carter, and he is named after the character in A Walk to Remember, Landon Carter. At the time, it was one of my absolute favorite movies, and I thought Shane West was really hot. I loved his character in that movie, and so when I decided to adopt this little guy, Landon Carter was the first name that came to mind. Landon is the Charlie sculpt from Ashton Drake, sculpted by Linda Webb. And so he has changed a lot since he came to me, because from Ashton Drake, he just had his factory painting. He had the glued on hair, which his hair wasn't too bad for glued on hair, and he had a full vinyl body. And he arrived August the 26th, 2005, and I was absolutely smitten with him. It was cool because you could pose him. And he would keep that pose because he was full vinyl and he had like little ball joints in his arms and legs. But I just found him over time to be not very cuddly with that vinyl body. And I started to see Reborn artists reborning him and putting him on cloth bodies. And I happened to, at the time that I was looking for a Reborn artist to fix Alexandria, because before I got Landon, I had another Ashton Drake doll, the Jasmine Goes to Grandma doll, and her name was Alexandria, and she now lives with Melissa, Mouthy Girl, but my dad had given her to me for Christmas. Anyways, she, at one point, her armature had popped out of place, and I had no clue how to fix it, because at that time I was not a Reborn artist, and I had no clue what to do. So I checked on eBay to try and find a local Reborn artist, and I came across actually an auction for a Reborn Charlie that I thought was amazing. And the artist lived in Toronto. And so I contacted her and we got together, and she ended up giving Alexandria a new body. She fixed her armature. She gave her a magnetic pacifier. She fixed up her nails. And then we kept in touch after that. We became friends. And so down the line, many years later actually, I decided to ask her to reborn Landon for me. I think at that time I was already into reborning dolls myself, but when I read the directions on how to put him on a cloth body, it was very complicated to me and I had no clue, and so I was just afraid to take him apart and afraid of wrecking him. So knowing that in the past she had reborn an Ashton Drake Charlie and put him on a cloth body, I had every faith that she'd know how to do it properly. So I passed him over to her and she reborn him for me. And so he was reborn on May the 7th, 2010, which was like a month after I had been diagnosed with lupus. And I was so happy She rooted his hair in like 2 tones because I just gave her whatever hair I had, and there was 2 different color browns. And so there's like a lighter brown and a darker brown, and but you'll see all that in his details. But anyways, she put him on a cloth body, and he was super snuggly. And she kept, basically what she did is she took his vinyl torso and she cut it in half to make a, yes, Riley, to make a tummy plate and a tushy plate. And I'll just show you here in my little scrapbook. Sorry for the glare. You'll see it better in the slideshow, but sorry if anyone's offended by boy bits. It's fake. Deal with it. So that's the front. I don't have a picture of the back, but I probably have it in his I'll have it like in his detailed video. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's the story of Landon. He is, if I look at his birth certificate, he is 20 inches and he weighs 3 pounds. 3 pounds, 15 ounces. So that is Landon's little story. And I believe at the time when I adopted him, I still lived with my mom, and she was still at that point where she was not accepting the dolls. And she happened to go into the drawer where I kept my baby clothes and noticed that I had baby boy clothes in there. And at the time I didn't have a boy doll. And she was like, "Why do you have boy clothes in there, Krystle Craig?" And so I told her I was getting another doll from Ashton Drake, and it was a boy. But to smooth it over, I kind of told her a fib. And she's watching this now. She's probably going to smack me. But at the time, I told her a fib, and I told her that my dad was buying him for me as an early birthday gift, which was not the truth. I paid for him myself. So anyways, I had him shipped to my friends, and I can't remember why. I think it was because I didn't want to miss the postman. I knew I wasn't going to be home, and I didn't want to have to go to the post office to pick him up. So I had to go over to her place to get him. But yeah, so that's pretty much it with his story. I haven't really taken him out too much. This is his little page in my scrapbook here. I really haven't taken him out too much. And I don't really do too much with him these days because I have all these new babies that I'm kind of like wrapped up in right now. So he doesn't get as much attention as he used to, but he's still a cutie and he is still quite cuddly. And I think the one thing that I don't care about him is his hands, because they're kind of big for baby hands. They're not like dainty little baby hands. I've always thought those were kind of odd. But other than that, like, he's pretty darn cute, and you know, Amy did a good job rooting him. But anyways, let's move on to his details so you can see him better. Alright guys, so this is going to be a detailed video of Landon. And so here he is. I have him by the window, so it's a little bit brighter than I would like, but inside would be too dark, I think. So I'm just gonna do this detail. So he was painted by my friend Amy, and if I can get his head to turn. Let's see. So you can just see, like, she's painted a hairline right like that, right there. And then he's got his eyebrows. He's got some capillaries on his eyelids and the rooted eyelashes. He's got some milk bumps. cute little lips. And sorry, and then he's got some veining up in there, some yellows and pinks. He's got some more veins there, and some blushing on his chin, on his cheeks, and then there's his little ears, like that. And then his rooting is okay. It's all right. And I like giving him a little mohawk. He's got two-tone hair. He's got a little bit of a lighter brown and then a darker brown. And let me just turn him around here on his belly for a second. Sorry for the brightness. There he is. Now, his hair is not really brushed properly right now, but he usually has a very well defined swirl somewhere in here. You can see that. And yeah, his hair is really quite thick because you can't seal the Ashton Drake head because of the way he's made. But yeah, so that's his rooting. He's got full arms because he was on a full vinyl body. Okay, so the lighting was a little bit too bright near the window. So I came over here and you can see things a little bit better. His skin is actually a little bit darker than what is showing up. But you can see his mottling, you can see his veining. You can see his hand there with his nails. And he's got lots of wrinkles. Here's his other hand. Right there. Lots of different colors. I don't know. It's not really coming up accurate. I don't know. Maybe I should be using my other camera that's a little bit better, but you can see the veining again and some of the mottling and blushing, but it's definitely like he's a lot more peachy color than what's coming up here. The lighting is washing him out. Here's kind of more true to skin tone here. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Okay, this is working. So this is more like what his skin tone is. You can see his feet there. And his knee. And then there's his other foot. Right there, and his little toes. And yeah, so we got rid of the vinyl body. He's on a cloth body, a really nice one from Spearson's that they custom built for people wanting to put Ashton Drake Charlie on a cloth body. Look who's over here. Anyways, so that is the details of Landon. So if you guys don't want to see fake baby privates, do not look. But this is Landon's belly plate and tummy plate. So this used to be his vinyl body. And you can see she just cut it like that. And she painted it. Again, the lighting is washing it out. It actually, I don't know how we can do this. It actually is a lot darker than what it's coming across as. Definitely more peachy and stuff, but that's what it looks like. And it's been stored in this plastic Ziploc bag, and for some reason there's now shiny spots all on the back. But the thing is that it really, honestly, like, it doesn't really fit him well with his new body. I remember we tried it and it doesn't really fit him very well. So yeah, so that's his little body there, and it's got the little belly button and everything, but I never use it. I never use it because it just doesn't really stay on him very well anyway. His body like is stuffed a little bit. Well, to me it's not stuffed too much. It's just enough to be cuddly, but I guess it's too much to fit in here properly. So, but just thought I would quickly show you that. guys, well, I thank you so much for watching this little video of Landon, and I hope you enjoyed it. And the next in line would be Avery, because after Landon I got another Ashton Drake, which was Ashton Drake's Olivia, Lullaby for Olivia by Olivia Stone. But she has moved on to another mommy, so the one that came after Lullaby for Olivia was Avery, and so Avery will be the next video. Well, like the next story that I do. I don't know if it'll be the exact next video right after this one, but the next story will be for Avery. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Bye! With Haley's story. And I'm gonna just start off a little bit showing you, Haley now. She's still in her onesie from Onesie Wednesday. And then I am going to show you some pictures of her early days and just kind of like do like a little voiceover narrative thing just to give you her story. So where I left off, I was letting you guys